Hi, you guys. It's been a while. I've been on a kind of quest for answers and getting a bit frantic about it. And there's a wonderful Rilke quote, and it's from Letters to a Young Poet. And, I don't remember the whole quote, but the gist of it is, he says, have patience with everything unresolved in your heart. Try to love the questions themselves. Often we want the clear-cut answer, and it's very rare that we find a clear-cut answer. So we have to sort of abide in that unknowing and not get triggered by it. There's that reptilian part of our brain that is just, always assessing where's the danger, what's the threat. There's a negativity bias, so you're always looking. That part of your brain is all about survival, fight, flight, freeze. And I think that for the, as we are able to calm that part of ourselves, we can live life as it unfolds. So there's some way in which, to calm the inner child or the frightened animal inside. It's a good thing to practice that. It doesn't always work, but it doesn't hurt to try it. Just to breathe, to be kind to yourself, to be patient for all that is unresolved in your heart. To live the questions, to love the questions themselves. Eight of Wands. That can be a conversation, something directional. And in this case, the wands are in flight. Maybe it's midway through a conversation. You get a sense of direction. Yeah, Page of Wands. That's the beginning of a path. Finding a way to go forward. Finding a way to go forward. And pages represent a young energy, walking the path, discovering the path by walking it. Just setting forth with this sense of curiosity, relying on intuition. This is almost like a download, getting intuitive hits, trusting your intuition to lead you where you belong or want to be. Six of Swords, another card of movement. This time in sword energy can be considered like movement in the conscious mind. Swords speak to mental, things of the mind, clarity, communication, perception. And Six of Swords is moving toward calmer waters. Finding that direction toward calmer waters, out of that frightened animal brain. Swords are energies of the mind, so that makes sense. And this might even be your internal conversation, your self-talk. Encouraging forward movement. Forward movement, people. Okay. Is it this one? Death card. Card of change. Scorpio. The end of something, the beginning of something new, the beginning of the new path. It's a path of transformation. not fearing change, calming the mind. And it's Scorpio, it's emotional change, perhaps, water energy. What we love, what we're connected to. Is it this? Oh, we got two of them. Lovers, what we love, what we're connected to. Lovers can be a card of choice, perhaps to accept this change, this emotional change. This is a card of Gemini. Some kind of deep connection, where the balance in yourself of yin yang. Four of Wands. No, I'm sorry, 10 of Cups. There's great happiness, potential for great happiness here. In Cups energy, great change, great happiness. And an acceptance of the end of something that you're going to have to move on from. I mean, you don't have to move on from anything, but the cards suggest it would behoove us to, move out of any mental agitation so that we can find a sense of direction, so that we can tap into intuition. If we're totally agitated in that primitive brain of, which way do I go? Where's the danger? This says, be open to change for the better. Be ready to receive, to walk in that direction. Is it this? Knight of Pentacles. I thought there were two there. Knight of Pentacles. Grounded forward movement. Staying steady. Earth energy. Staying steady and stable through some sort of dramatic change, on the deepest level in your psyche. It's a major arcana card. This is the sort of 3D effort to move forward slowly and surely, step by step. Step by step. Making the path by walking the path. Is it this? On 10 of Cups? 6 of Cups. That can be a card of the soulmate, of nostalgia, of the return of a connection. And it could, again, be not necessarily another person coming back into your life, but some sort of balance between your masculine and feminine sides, your willingness to take action, your willingness to receive. To take action. Wands are about doing things. Willingness to receive. Cups energy. A friend of mine was in a place in her life that was really difficult, and she was looking for a place to live. And a close friend of hers said, "You can move in with me." And she was hesitant. She just didn't know if this would work, what to do. Would they have a decent relationship? Could they be good roommates? And the friend said, "Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved. Be open to it." I don't know about you, but I have a hard time with that sometimes. There's that hesitation. Oh, if you really knew me. On 8 of Wands, Knight of Cups. Could be a conversation about love and somebody being willing to take action. Knights are the action takers. They're movers and shakers. Somebody may be communicating, or there may be a conversation about Where is this love taking us? Open-hearted energy, but also slow and steady. And there's something transformational here. It's not the old path. You know, it's transformed. It's the new path. Heading in a new direction, Page of Wands. Heading away from, you know, monkey mind or that agitated state where your nervous system and your mind is just going too fast. The third Knight here, Knight of Swords, on Six of Swords. There's clarity coming. Mental clarity, some sort of direction out of an argument or stress or, you know, an inability to understand something. There may be a clarifying conversation coming in. And it's somehow the ability to put love into action and to also talk about it. Live the questions themselves. Love the questions themselves. There may be answers coming in, but there's no definitive answer to anything. You know, because we're in flux, we're in change. I think it was Eckhart Tolle the other day said, so, you know, I was listening to a tape and he said, Heraclitus, who lived 2,500 years ago, Greek philosopher, said, everything flows. You can't step into the same river twice. Everything's in movement. So there's no one answer. King of Swords. This can sort of be the answer man. You know, somebody who is who thinks they know the truth. Perhaps the truth about a connection. Lovers is a card of Gemini, sword energy. King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Somebody may be ready to talk about some long-standing relationship. And perhaps can it go the distance? If there's been strife and struggle in the past, we're moving on from that into calmer waters. We're calming down. Is it this? Is it this? Wow, Devil card. I think that's somebody who's faced their fear. Devil can mean fear. It means the need to do shadow work, you know, to take a good hard look at what we don't want to look at. Perhaps a relationship that was toxic and we're heading in a new direction. The Devil card is the inverse of Lovers. Shadow being something you don't want to look at or acknowledge. And to my mind, Lovers is a card of recognition of both sides of yourself, of you and another person. It's clarity about that. It's being able to see it. Not shadow, where you don't want to look. You know, shadow can be fear and agitation and deep in the psyche. And moving forward from that, calming down. There may be some air sign or just an analytical person who's ready to talk and who perhaps has clarity about a really important relationship. It can be a soulmate connection. It also can perhaps bring up fear in this person. Am I stuck? Am I up to this? Can I move forward? Can I find a new way forward? There's a potential for Great happiness here. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. But 6 of Cups can also be a card of nostalgia, something that, a connection from the past. Moving forward in a new direction. Perhaps the relationship just needs to be redirected. There needs to be an acceptance of change, of emotional transformation. Six of Wands. That's a card of victory in Wands energy. You know, moving forward successfully, able to calm the mind, able to say what needs to be said, perhaps about this important connection. Live the questions, love the questions. If there's a situation where, you know, like I was kind of agitated, searching for answers, give me the answer, give me the definitive answer. I don't know. Maybe you're asking the wrong question. Like find a new way forward. Calm down. Sometimes the answers come from inside, not from the other person. That may be the redirection. We have on the board Scorpio and the Death card, Gemini and Lovers, Capricorn and the Devil, which can be terrific attachment, the new path. And that's it. And yeah, I'm sorry I've been absent for a long time. Life got in the way, and I missed you guys. And I'll be back as soon as I can. Meantime, love to you.